First of all, I want to say I love the whole jazzy type flow. That's number one. He got DJ Drama, I think, to produce the whole album.
DJ Drama.
It's funny. The Gangsta Breezy. It's funny because if you remember the old 2000, one of the most viral clips of the Double XL Freshman was like when Kodak Black was there, 21 Savage, Lil Yachty, and DJ Drama. I think he did the beat, and that's when Kodak Black said, he was making fun of the beat in the freestyle. Who picked this, weak ass like beat? And it was him. It was like Gangsta Breezy was him, but. And I think DJ Drama has some beef with like Lil Uzi as well. But it's kind of interesting how Tyler Creator chose him to do this whole thing. I actually thought it worked. Like the whole DJ Drama like mixtape type flow. The whole thing sounded kind of like a mixtape. The whole thing sounded like an MC at like an underground party, just like want to get the crowd. I have to say, and I'm not a huge Tyler Creator fan, but like this album was fired for me. So Massa, he says in one of them. Massa couldn't catch me. My legs long than a bitch. Got too much self-respect. I wash my hands before I piss. They try to talk me up, but I keep short like Caesar. Eyes open if I pray, because I can't trust God either.
Like, first of all, like, you know how crazy it is, like, to wash your hands before you pee?
I was trying to make sense of that bar. I was like, what is he says, I got too much self-respect. I wash my hands before I piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
Like, he doesn't even want to touch himself dirty, so he washes his hands. Like, he got that much respect for himself.
Mm-hmm. The bar that I thought was interesting was the one on that one. He says, eyes open if I pray, because I can't trust God either.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's kind of like ugly. What does he mean by that?
It's like, like
God gonna strike you down right on the spot?
Nah, like I don't trust God to know what's best for me, so I'm looking out for myself.
Damn. That's deep. All the religious heads, that's gonna hit hard.
Yeah.
That's gonna hit hard. Damn, that's cold. God probably looking at him like, man, listen, he about to strike his ass down. He says in the next bar, he says, you can't relate to these things I say to these instrumentals. Whether it's wealth talk or shit that's painful, I paint full pictures of my perspective on these drum breaks just for you to tell me it's not good from your lunch break.
I love that bar, man.
This guy.
He's like, I'm doing all this work, and you just sitting here like you some Joe Smo that's listening on your lunch break talking about I'm not good. Like, go somewhere. Like I like it.
But the thing is, the fans are the people who really. That's one thing about rap artists, that I kind of find funny, because it's kind of like y'all be tripping, y'all be like acting like you the shit, but at the same time, you care what fans think of you, and all fans are not going to be rich and famous and have nothing. Yeah, they only lunch breaks. They're doing that 9 to 5. Probably 90% of your fans, Tyler, are working a job, bro. So you need to chill.
Yeah.
Of course, we have our lunch break, man.
I think the bigger point is like, yo, who are you to criticize me? Like, who are you to judge me?
Well, let's talk about who are you to criticize, man. I'll criticize you. What's the problem? We criticize artists all the time, man. Fuck rap artists. We have to criticize. And you know what's funny? They be the first, like, to care. They act like they don't care in their lyrics, but they care what people are saying. But Tyler does have this kind of weird confidence. Like, sometimes I don't know if it's real or fake, though, the confidence. With Tyler, the Creator. I can't tell. I feel like sometimes it's the front. You saw the little thing he did about his mom in there?
Where at? Read to me.
The one called Mama Talk. He has this thing called Mama Talk on the album. I'm gonna pull it up right here. And he has like a clip of his mom talking about him. Mama Talk. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Basically, it's a clip of his mom, and she just talking so much about how much she protect him. So she just says, "My ride or die, I kill a mother effer over this one right here. I stand in front of a bullet on God over." This is his mom talking. "My son used to record my beating bitch's ass. Facts. I don't give a if I boss up on teachers, principals, mamas, kids. I don't give a F you. Am I lying? You have no reason. If you F with my kids, I'll beat up kids over my kid, okay? This little boy used to run. He was scared. I said, go get your bitch-ass mama. I would beat your whole family and then give up. They be like, Tyler, mama crazy. Yep, don't F with my kids." So he puts a clip of her on here. I was like, damn, she got his back, bro.
Yeah. That mother love, man.
You think that's a part of his success?
Probably. He probably thinks like, yo, like my mom. I mean, in my head, it was like, yo, my mom went to bat for me, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And like, Master, I think he brings up the fact that during his first album, his mom was living in the shelter. Like like his album, like he got signed and his album did wonders, and he got rich and famous while his mom was still living in the shelter, and he brought her out of poverty. So it's like, yo, like, yeah, he probably thinks like, my mom wrote for me, so now I'm gonna make sure she's straight for life.
You think that like that is what like, I mean, is that common? You think like people have their moms like have their back? Because like a lot of times like there's parents who like not have your back. They actually do the opposite. Like if you get in trouble, they're like, what you did? You know, they put the blame on you right away. Like a lot of parents do that. Like growing up, it's like you did. The teacher calls me like, what'd you mess up on now?
Yeah, I mean it depends. It depends on the. So what do you think the right way to go about that is? It's like, do you have your child's back throughout everything, even when they're wrong?
I don't know, man. It's a tough question. That's why when I heard his mama speak, I was like, you know, it's kind of interesting. And then to hear that kind of like that ego and confidence he has and like the success he's seen is that I was thinking maybe the fact that his mom had his back so hard gave him that safety, you know, and security, knowing that like I have someone to cover me, even if I mess up. And I do think that's important because maybe you messed up still. So I do think it's important that you have your kids back. But then again, obviously you say to yourself, if your kids think that you always gonna have their back, then they might go around messing
up
around.
Because they know you always gonna have their back. Yeah.
But I kind of tend to feel like if you do both, like if in front of people you protect your family, but with your kid you kind of be straight honest, like, yo, what happened? What'd you do? Like, what's the truth here? You know? But I think if your kid knows that, I think what's the most important thing is that Tyler, the Creator, had someone who has his back. And I think it's important for any kid to have that, to know like, okay, because imagine like you growing up, right? And especially you grow up in poverty, right? Like your mom and your dad, like you don't have nobody, like the school systems, everything, like the society's all against you, it's set up to like put you down. And then your mom and dad, the only two people you have as your security, they don't have your back. Like they're walking away from you. Like, nah, you better just do everything right. Don't mess up, da. And then if you get into trouble, you motherfucker, you messed up. You got nothing. You got no security. You feel like you got nothing. That's how I look at it.
I see that point.
It's funny because in one of his songs called Lumberjack, he says, "Shout out to my mother and my father, didn't pull out."
Didn't pull out.
One of my favorites was Lumberjack. You want to dig into one of these? You want to do a Lego breakdown one of them?
Yeah.
Which one? So I got Massa. Okay, so I wrote down Massa, Lumberjack, and Corso as some of the three manifesto, some of like the 3-4 that I thought had like interesting bars. So what did you get?
Yeah, so I had Hot Winds Blow, Run It Up, and Massa.
All right, pick one. Let's do it.